Hey, what's up, everybody? DFS Rico coming at you with my picks and insight for this DraftKings NBA 6-game slate on Tuesday, August 4th. We got a 6-gamer. I'm just going to run through a couple picks that I like before I get started. If you can like, comment, subscribe, I really do appreciate it, guys. And if you want to sign up for my Patreon, $10 a month. And it comes with the Discord as well. You'll have guys in there talking about sports continuously, honestly. And as of right now, I'm just doing more so GPP slash like leverage or pivot plays you can do. If you're into GPPs, I would highly recommend it. So my videos over there just practically go over that kind of stuff. And then I do provide ownership. Once ownership does drop, I'll do it in the Discord. Um, and also, I'm just doing NBA, MLB, and League of Legends videos over there. Just the main three sports I feel comfortable in, so make sure you guys get over there and sign up. I will put the link in the description for $10 a month. Could go a long way, trust me. I mean, we got some big winners in there so far, and I've only been doing it for about a month, and got a bunch of guys thanking me continuously. It honestly feels really good. I just want to help you guys win. So yeah, let's get to it. I'm just gonna run through a couple guys that I like position by position. This is gonna be more so for cash plays and smaller GPPs. It's really all this is gonna rely on. And then if you want bigger GPP plays, go over to that Patreon. But we got up top, we got James Harden. It's gonna kind of be between you guys if you want to play James Harden and Luka Doncic. For me, I'm gonna be preferring Luka Doncic at 10.7K. I do like him a fairly good amount. So I'm going to be plugging him in at 10.7. He's probably my favorite pay up spot on the slate. He's going against Sacramento, not so good defense. As long as this game can remain close, he's probably going to get us a triple double. 2 games back, he's gotten us over 60 fantasy points. He's my favorite spend up spot on the slate. If I'm going to be spending my money, it's definitely going to go in his direction. Scrolling down, I'm going to kind of give you like a pricey guy, a mid tier guy, maybe a cheap guy that I like. For the mid tier, I do like De'Aaron Fox, 7.3K. I think he's in a really good spot versus Dallas in that same game. Didn't look too good in his last game. He did go against Orlando, which was a good defensive team, a slower team, but he is going to get the pace up spot in this matchup. I do like De'Aaron Fox a fairly good amount at the point guard position if you don't want to pay up for Luka. I mean, pairing them up together is not a bad idea as well. Like you can easily, like let's say, all right, so we got Luka and then we got Fox. They're probably 2 of my favorite plays on the slate for sure as of right now. So let's just plug them both in. And then scrolling down, if you're looking for somebody cheaper, Brogdon is the way I would want to go at 5.4K. Super solid play. Gave us 41 fantasy points yesterday. It looks like he's going to be playing the back-to-back. It looks like Oladipo is going to be out again. Let me check. It looks like they had a misprice on him though. 5.4 is just insane. So he didn't play Monday, Sunday, Monday's game. So honestly, even if he plays Tuesday, I still like Brogdon at 5.4K. I think he's a good play. This point guard position is pretty stacked up. I actually will plug him in right now at 5.4K over Luka, but I mean, because Luka is, you can put him over at small forward. So I do like Brogdon, Fox. As of right now, those are the guys I'm really interested in at the point guard position. Just good plays. Brogdon, like I told you, no Sabonis. If Oladipo should be playing, but honestly, that doesn't take me away from him in any sense. Honestly, he's just a good player. He fills up the stat sheet: points, assists, rebounds, steals, blocks. He just does it all. Good player. In a tougher matchup, he is going against Orlando. It's going to be slower. They are in the second night of a back-to-back, so I could see people not wanting to play Brogdon, but I'll take my chances with him at 5.4K. Bouncing over to shooting guard. I mean, you got James Harden, like I mentioned up top. If you do want to pay up for him, I have no issues with that. But scrolling down at 7.2K, I do like a Jimmy Butler a decent amount. And he's small forward eligible as well. Good spot, 7.2. I know he's going against Boston. He did get priced down a little bit, if I remember correctly. Salary's not up. I think he was closer to 8K, but I think he got priced down. I know he's going against Boston, which is another good team. Just lost a close game versus Toronto yesterday as well. So it is the second night of a back-to-back, but I do expect him to play. I know Actually, I think he wasn't playing back-to-backs earlier in the split, so be careful with that. I think they play him though, just because of the playoff seedings right now. They want a good playoff seeding, but be careful with that. They might not play him now that I think about it, depending how much they want to win. But I do like that price tag at 7.2 if I am going to be like a mid-tier shooting guard for sure. And then a cheaper shooting guard that I'm looking at is going to be Fournier at 5.1. Um, he's only shooting guard eligible. He used to be small forward eligible as well. Hasn't played that many minutes versus Sacramento. 22 minutes, they blew him out. Brooklyn, 25 minutes, they blew them out. And he still put up 36 fantasy points. He only put up 11 in the last one. But at 5.1, he did get priced down a very good amount, $800. Remember, Jonathan Isaac is out, so I expect his minutes to boost up a little more. And he probably will be playing a little more shooting guard and small forward position. Gordon will probably bounce down to the 4. So you'll see this guy playing a ton more minutes. Him and Terrence Ross should be a huge bump. So I do like, I like him at 5.1 for sure. Not a bad play. As of right now, I mean, everything could change by the time tomorrow. Once if guys sit out or anything in the second game of a back-to-back, we don't know what's going to happen. Small forward, you got Luka at 10.7, which I will be plugging him in there because I did mention him. My favorite spend-up spot for sure. You got Leonard, Tatum, Paul George up there. T.J. Warren, 8K, got priced up from his 7.4, but he had another monster game. Butler, like I mentioned, he's shooting guard and small forward eligible. The next guy, so I got Luka, Butler again that I like in this spot as well if you just want to do that. And the last guy I want to mention is Bogdanovic, going against Dallas in a good spot, 5.2K. Didn't have the best game last game. Honestly, in the first quarter, I think he had like 1 fantasy point. I played him yesterday or 2 days ago. Comes out, puts up 26 fantasy points in the next 3 quarters, which wasn't too bad. If he would have had a decent first quarter at 5K, he would have 6 times valued easily. He would have been on fire. I think he has a better game this time versus Dallas, what is expected to be a high-scoring game as well. I think their total's like a 238 or something. It's pretty high. I was looking at it. Unless I'm getting them confused. I could be getting them confused, but let's check. So 236 over under for these guys. 121 for Dallas, 115 for Sacramento. So good spot for sure. I do like Bogdanovic a fairly good amount as well. You can play him at shooting guard. You can play him at small forward. So that's really good with him. Bouncing over to power forward, which I think is the weakest position today. I mean, obviously you got Giannis up top, but paying up for him is going to be tough. They're going against Brooklyn, who is sitting out LeVert. They are sitting out Allen and Harris. They're sitting out their 3 best players because they practically clinched a playoff spot already. So they have no reason to play him. I mean, who knows? The Bucks might say Giannis, Bledsoe, and Middleton for all we know. They'll probably still blow them out. As of right now, I'm not really interested in this game. They did price up the Brooklyn guys, so really, did they price up Kurix? I mean, 4.3K is not bad, I guess, if you get the good minutes. But Giannis, I don't really want to play him. I prefer Harden. I prefer even Lillard and Westbrook and all those guys, just because I think they blow him out by halftime if he does play. By the first quarter, they'll probably be a 20-point game for all we know. Scrolling down, you got Tatum, Warren, you got Nurkic at 8.5, which is power forward center eligible. Solid play. He's been playing really good. Going against a Houston team that has no true center, so it might cause him a little bit of trouble. I mean, you saw what Brook Lopez did to him this last time out. Brook Lopez put up let's look what Brook Lopez did this last time out. I think he's at 5 point something. I saw him. Oh, center position. Just to do a quick rundown of what Lopez did to them last time. 5.7. He put up 46 fantasy points, 23 points, 12 rebounds. Nurkic is even better center, so power forward / center. But 8.5 is pricey. But Ayton's the guy I want to talk about at 7.5. If these guys keep this game close, versus didn't have the best game. He had 5 personal fouls last. Against Dallas, he got into foul trouble. But against the Clippers, if the Suns could keep the game close, I think he's really underpriced at 7.5. I think Harrell is back, if I remember correctly. Now, Montrezl Harrell's still not back. So yeah, so I mean he can feast in this matchup. Ian's going to be the best big man on the floor. Power forward slash center eligible. I do like Ian a really good amount. He's priced down a lot at 7.5. I know they're in a tough matchup. They can somehow keep this game close. I do have some interest in him. Scrolling down, he's probably my favorite spend up spot at the power forward position. Honestly, 7.5. I think he's a little too cheap for his upside. And then scrolling down, you got Daniel House at 4.8. Like I mentioned, I'm not a big fan of the power forward position tonight, but Daniel House 4.8K, good matchup versus Portland. I expect this to be a really high scoring game. Let me see if they have the over under for this. 243.5. The highest scoring game on the slate. Easily. Freaking A. 4.8. Yeah, this game could easily go to overtime. They're going to be just scoring back and forth. I mean, you got guys like Lillard, you got guys like McCollum, Westbrook, Harden, Covington. It's going to be a high scoring game. You're going to want pieces of this game for sure. Me, since I am going to be spending up for Luka, I probably just want the cheaper pieces. You know, we got Daniel House Jr. at 4.8K, which has been playing a ton of minutes, over 30 minutes in both games since the restart, which is what you want to see. It's not much of a usage guy, but 4.8K to get a piece of this game is not a bad idea. Scrolling down, Zach Collins is the next guy I want to talk about at 4.3K. He's starting at the power forward position. This is his kind of game, in my opinion. It's going to be a fast game. He's going to be able to run back and forth a ton. He's been playing a ton of minutes. He was in foul trouble this last time out. I remember he had like 2 early fouls. Didn't really get into fouls at the rest of the game, but that kind of killed his minutes. He probably lost out like on 5 minutes. He was out for a ton of the first quarter. Then he still ended up getting 27 minutes. So I don't mind him at that price tag either. Let me see Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder's been playing pretty good at 4.6. Might go a little overlooked in that matchup. But I think that's really it at the power forward position. Aiton, Collins, and D House for sure. Back at the center position, I mean, you got Nurkic, like I mentioned earlier. You got Aiton, but the main guy is 7.8 going against Indiana. Indiana's not a good team versus centers, trust me. Turner's not the best versus centers. He's not like the best center. We saw Thomas Bryant put up like 44 fantasy points on him last night. Vucevic is much better than him. If this game stays close and Vuce could play, 30 minutes at least, 7.8K, easy price tag to beat. I mean, he's an easy 40-point guy, 50, 60-point upside from him. We know how good he can be. And with Isaac gone, I assume these guys play a little more minutes. And as long as this game is close, I assume they play a decent amount of minutes. Unless the Magic are just not trying to play their guys that much. But I know there are 2 games were blowouts. So that's why they're probably playing a little less minutes. But I'm hoping they can get to like 30, 32, at least 32 minutes would be solid as long as this game could stay close. I am interested in that one for sure. And then scrolling down, some cheaper guys that I do like. I mean, I obviously mentioned Aiton as well. You got Holmes at 5.2K. He could be projected pretty high. They were getting blown out by Orlando. He only played 24 minutes. Probably on track to play 30 minutes at 5.2. They're going to need him versus Porzingis if he can stay out of foul trouble, which is a big if because Porzingis is a beast down there. I like him at 5.2K, not a bad play for sure. And then last guy, 4.9K, Daniel Tice. He's been playing a ton of center minutes, 32, 28, and even before the restart, he was 34, 28. 4.9K, good upside, 30 plus point upside. You've seen him with 38, 37. He's going to be going against Miami. They're going to need him versus Bam Adebayo. I know they got Cantor as well, but I think I like Tice. Cantor might just be the pivot off of him. I think he gets 30 minutes in this matchup, can easily get us 30 plus fantasy points in this matchup. Good spot for him. Just a ton of different ways you can go. But if you even if you plug in one of these guys, I mean, you plug in 4.3 Zach Collins just to get a piece of that Houston-Orlando game. This is a nice little core that I would be comfortable starting with. Brogdon, Luka, Collins, Fox. If you want more of that high-scoring game, you can easily just swap out Luka for a guy like Harden, like I mentioned, at the shooting guard position. And even coming back to the shooting guard position, putting Fournier in there or Bogdanovich is not bad. Let's put Fournier in there. Gets us 30 minutes. We still got 5.7 remaining. We still got the center position to fill, forward, the utility. These are 5 solid plays that I think are good for tomorrow. Cash play, smaller GPPs, but everything can change by the morning, so just be careful with what news comes out. Don't just lock these guys in tonight and think tomorrow you're good. Just always be ready before lock, especially with all these games starting so far apart from each other. Just be careful. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe.